Welcome to Empowering Seniors. I'm your host, Katherine Ambrose. And on this episode, we are at Spears in West Wichita visiting the Optimist Club, and specifically with my friend, Jerry Jackson. Jerry, welcome to Empowering Seniors.
Thank you.
So Jerry, you joined the Optimist Club. Why? What caused you to do that?
Well, I joined about 3-4 years ago, and it was after my wife passed away. I decided I needed some other activities to keep myself busy, and I'd already been here as a guest several times, so I kind of knew what it was. So I decided I'd go ahead and join, and here I am.
How long were you married?
51 years.
51 years. So you made it to the golden anniversary
Yes,
and beyond.
sure
I'm
did.
sorry about the loss of your wife.
Thank you.
So when she passed, you just instinctively felt like it would be a good idea to engage in the community?
Yes, well, I knew I had to stay busy, so I joined the Optimist Club as one thing I did, plus other things.
And what have you appreciated about becoming a member of the Optimist Club?
It's a good social activity. We meet every Tuesday and have lunch and socialize. Plus, we have a lot of good things that we do, fundraisers that we do, and give to different youth groups.
So the Optimist Club is focused on serving youth in the community?
Yes,
What type of youth organizations does your club help out?
We help Trees for Life, which is a national organization that started here in Wichita, and we work with them. We work with the Westside YMCA. We do several youth group organizations, depending on what it is, but we donate to a lot of different ones.
So how did your instincts prove out that it would be a good thing to join a club?
It's kept me busy. We all support each other. We take turns, of course, having guests come in, and those are very interesting.
That keeps you really plugged into the community, having different professionals and
Right.
different speakers come in.
Yeah, we've had lots of different people come in, different companies that come in and speak to us. Also, a lot of different nonprofit organizations come in and visit with us too.
And when a club member has something, sad happen in their life, or they have an illness, or they're not driving, how do you pitch in and help each other?
Well, we if they can't drive anymore, why some of our club members go pick them up and bring them into the club so that they can still come every Tuesday and feel involved.
And speaking about being involved, so you're helping each other within the group, but you're also helping the community out. What are your fundraisers that you do, or tell us about your biggest fundraiser?
Yeah, our biggest fundraiser is our golf tournament out at Auburn Hills every year in August.
This is a typical scramble, and in addition to the golf itself, we have lunch, we have the silent auction. Mostly it's just guys come out and have a good time. Most of the teams, I would say with one exception, every team here has been playing with us for several years. So obviously they're having a good time because they come back.
I'm a fairly new member, 3 years of this club, this Optimist Club, the West Wichita Optimist Club. I've been a member of different Optimist Clubs for over 35 years. The Optimist Club is a mission-oriented service club whose motto is Friend of Youth. And when I was in elementary school, I played in Optimist basketball program in Topeka, Kansas. And when I first went to work for the YMCA in my 35-year YMCA career, the Y had you join a service club to serve the community and to represent the Y. And the Optimist Club was the club I joined, and I found out that the mission Friend of Youth extended to youth, teens, and families and friends. The money will go to different nonprofit service organizations, youth-serving organizations. A couple of the more popular ones are the YMCA and Boy Scouts, but we fund a lot of programs as the need exists from a year-to-year basis also. And we might have a representative from a different needy organization in the community that'll come visit with us and talk to us, tell us their mission, and and we just might fund them after their visit. We've got a lot of really nice people, professional people. Some of us are retired now, so it keeps us in touch with what's going on in the community. And I would say the fellowship with the other Optimist Club members, but also we have dynamic speakers every week, and it keeps you plugged into what's going on in the community.
So the Boy Scouts and the awareness camp that we put on each summer relies solely on donations to make that happen. It's not part of the normal BSA budget. So getting funds from organizations like the Optimist Club, that's what makes those kinds of events happen, and we just wouldn't be able to do it without their help. When I first started helping with it, it was at McConnell Air Force Base. That is complicated, and in fact there's a situation where I am known as the Rocket Man. We launch these, or have the kids launch these little water bottle rockets, but if you go to McConnell Air Force Base, you're not allowed to use the word rockets. So, and going through clearance and all of that to get onto the base was complicated. So 3 years ago, we moved to O.J. Watson Park, which has just been a fantastic location. We love it there and have had 3 successful years. Even with the pandemic, because it's an outdoor event, we've had really successful events the last 3 years. In fact, this last year, we were hoping to have 350 kids sign up for that. It's a 3-day camp. And we had applications for 700, which we could not do 700, but we did what we could, and then we put on a couple of other camps throughout the year to cover the rest of them. It's mostly Wichita, so we're mostly looking at the Title I schools. Invitations go out to the schools. And so it's a 3-day, just day camp, which means we've got to bus the kids in and get them there, get them home in the evening. And the idea is that this is for the kids that can't afford to do scouting full time, but along with the camp, we give them free membership for the year so that they can at least get 1 year's worth. If they can figure out how to get to the meetings and that sort of thing, then they can do scouting from that point forward.
We have the last 3 years provided fairly significant funding for the YMCA's aquatics program for special needs children. You might say our biggie of the year is our Unsung Hero program. That is a program that recognizes high school students that you would describe as at-risk kids, either result of economic circumstances or maybe something physical, that are good kids that instead of dropping out have stayed in school. They may not be, the fact is we don't want particularly the best students. We want kids that have persevered, and we recognize them as unsung heroes because we think that they deserve recognition. They're kids that hang in when maybe others in similar circumstances have not. So that's really a special program. I have been chairing that for a number of years now, and I MC it, and because I'm busy doing all that kind of stuff, I usually don't sponsor one of the students myself and get to know them and present their story. This year I had the opportunity to do that, and I was reminded of what a treat it is to get to know some of these young people and their stories, and to me that's one of the greatest things we do. It is really a neat program, and it's great to get to know these kids. And we're finding that the old-fashioned service club that meets for a meal and has a speaker once a week doesn't really appeal to the younger generation, and so we're kind of dwindling. We would love to bolster that, but it's a matter of finding the right people that maybe are interested in that sort of an undertaking or activity. There's a lot of fun and a lot of self-satisfaction in being able to help others. I think everybody probably knows that, has experienced that. Optimism is a good way to go. Our focus is youth. The motto of Optimus International is Friend of Youth, and so our projects and the things we try to support are things that benefit youth. And so it's, you know, if you have that interest and a desire to do that kind of thing, there's a lot of help from the state and even at the international level of optimism to get a program going.
One of the programs that we have that we're particularly proud of is Unsung Heroes, and that's kind of an opportunity for the Optimist members to meet a lot of really unusual young people that because of their family circumstances, they may have to work a job while they go to school, they may have to overcome many different obstacles. They're not the most popular kid in school, but they're slogging away, so that's always fun. One of the really nice things about the club is learning about all the different organizations in the community. For example, we had the Senior Empowerment Group or person come and speak to our group last week, and we hadn't realized that that was something that was available to the community. And it's not always the big things like we do donate to the Y, but it's for a specific program. It's for the aquatics for children that are disabled. So, and the Boy Scouts, we usually try to help with that project awareness, where they get the responders go out and work with the different people, not scouts necessarily, but children in the community. I think it's very important that you do get involved in the community after you've retired. It's nice to do it before you retire, but after you're retired, at least for me, I was kind of lost for a while, and finding something that I enjoyed and was made use of my particular talents was very helpful. So getting that support is very good. One of my best friends, Peggy Omo, is the one that got me involved in it, and she's been an optimist for many years. And when I retired, she talked me into coming to the club, and I haven't regretted it. It's being able to help other people, and then the different programs that we work with. We do the bell ringing at Sam's at Christmas time. It's always interesting watching the people, so a variety of things to do.
Now I'm with Peggy Omo, a longtime member of Optimist Club. Peggy, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
How many groups are you involved in now? Is this the only one?
Basically, yes.
Basically. And
Since I don't work anymore.
what does Optimist Club do for you? Being a member here, what does that do for you?
Just communication with everybody. I mean, we always have good programs.
How do you like participating in fundraisers like the golf tournament?
Oh, that's always fun. I mean, I don't play golf, but
So you don't golf, but you help put on the golf tournament. What was your special role?
we set up the tables with people that they give donations, and people come in and bid on them just to raise a little money, but it's always nice.
Do you feel like it's beneficial for almost anyone to get involved in an organization or a friendship group?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, it's always nice. I mean, it's always communication with everybody. See somebody once in a while. You don't see them often.
And now we're joined by Cal. He is perhaps the oldest Optimist member in Kansas. Calvin, thank you for joining the show.
You're most welcome.
You were an attorney for your profession.
Yes.
How long have you been retired?
I retired at the age of 80. And I said, since I had practiced for 50 years, that I would continue to serve my clients when they called for the last 11 years without charging any fees. They took care of me for 50 years, and it was my pleasure to take care of them.
How long have you belonged to this club?
I joined the Optimist Club in 1979, and I have been told that I am the oldest living acting optimist in the state of Kansas. And being an attorney, I wanted that in writing because I did not want to claim to be the oldest until it was affirmed in writing.
Have they given you written documentation to
They
this?
told me that they would be giving me that letter stating what I've just said.
What do you look forward to when it comes to Optimist Club and coming here on Tuesday?
I look forward to the fact that for several years, a member of my club met me at my house, and they get me here and they take me home. And if there is something that I need, they will divert the pathway and go help me buy what I am looking for.
Those are some pretty dandy club members to
Not-
be connected to.
Not only have they done that, but they have come to my house, the president, his wife, several others, and helped me prepare my garden for this planting.
So it's not just coming to a meeting, it's a group of real friends.
I think there is a story. When I was practicing, there was a gentleman by the name of Judge Ashford, and I tried cases in front of that judge. He then called me and took me to the downtown club, which had over 100 men and women. And when I say women, that is an interesting story also, because many years ago, they had a national meeting to vote on whether women could join the club. There had been lawsuits filed in other states, and I was an avid advocate of having women join our club. I think it's a wonderful thing that we have done that, but we didn't used to have the ability to ask women to join.
And today you have men and women from across the city and beyond come as visitors and speak every week. Do you enjoy hearing from different businesses and professionals every week?
Absolutely. It's one of the things, since I cannot walk without assistance, I look forward every Tuesday to someone from my club to drop by my house and take me to the club. And I just am so proud of the Optimist. And one of the things I'm most proud of, and it was mentioned, is the unsung hero. I started the unsung hero, and at that time we had 10 high schools in Wichita. And the Optimist Club has a national plan to honor a student from a particular high school. And as a result, we only were interviewing those who were captains of the football team or the valedictorians and those kinds of things. And I wanted to reach into the schools and get that particular student who had turned his or her life around and had not received the recognition that they should have received. And as a result, we started to interview a lot of really great kids who had not received any recognition for their efforts. To this day, I have a particular student who calls me on New Year's, Christmas, and he wants me to know that he really has appreciated being honored as a unsung hero.
So,
And to this day, we have honored, I would say, in excess of 11,000 kids
wow.
over this period of time.
Cal, that's amazing. Obviously, you've really impacted that young student's life and many, many others. And so belonging to this organization doesn't just benefit you and your week, but you're spreading a lot of benefit around.
Yes, these people who have been honored are given usually at the first of the program. It was $50 and a framed copy of the creed that we say at each meeting. And we have given out many copies of the creed because when I recite the creed to doctors, nurses, friends, or what have you, they want a copy.
So Cal, you mentioned that you didn't want to just sit around all day and watch television. Now we want people to watch this show, but maybe not spend all day, every day watching TV or the news. Why is that not a good thing to do?
I feel at this time that getting old is getting old. There are many problems of getting old that have to be taken care of. And I am trying to find out those ways of continuing to live a, quote, normal life.
And a good life where you are really contributing to our community and maintaining their friendships. So it's really a good life. Cal, thank you. You've been a wonderful guest, and it's been a pleasure to get acquainted with you. Thank you for being on the show.
You're most welcome. It's my pleasure.
And thank you for watching Empowering Seniors. If you have suggestions for show topics or questions about anything that we've covered, you can reach out to us at empoweringseniors@kpts.org or call us at 316-686-4500. Until next time, I'm Katherine Ambrose, and this is Empowering Seniors.